Okay, today we're going to look at how to add a path. So the first thing I want you to do is go ahead and open up your Google Earth and go back and forth as you watch this. You can pause this as needed. So last time we looked at how to add a place mark, which you're going to have to do in order to add your path today. Um, but you remember what that looks like up here. And then we have all these other icons across the top. To add a path, I want you to go to this one right here, the third one from the left, and just click on that. And when you click on it, this box will come up. And what I'm going to show you today is how to add a path, and I'll call mine South American cities. And also, you usually want to add a description just so you know what you're looking at here. So this is, we'll say this is my tour of 3 South American cities that I visited. So my trip to South America. Okay. Now you want to keep this box up, and when you do that, you'll see that your cursor will turn into this box here. And I'll move this over so we can see it. The first thing I want to do, just because again I've said this before, you don't want to get too confused. I'm going to turn off my borders and labels so it'll make it a little more clear. And you can see that I've highlighted a few cities here. We have Quito, Lima, and down here is La Paz. So that will be my path, just to show you where I took my trip. So when you get to it, I'm going to start in Quito. So I'm just going to click on that once. And when you do that, go down to your second point and just click on it. And you can see that a path was added. So you can click at one point and then click at the other. You can also, if you want to, depending on what you're doing, if you're doing like a street path or something very small, you can hold the left click down and just drag it. But you can see this, it's hard to keep a straight line when you do that, but you can do that if you want. So I'm going over to La Paz, and then my trip ended back in Quito. So here you see the path that I've created. And when you do this, you can see that mine is thick and it's a darker color. You can change your color and how wide you want your line to be by going to Style and Color. So if you want it thinner, you can move the numbers up and down, and if you want a different color, this will come up as well. So, and we're not going to really look at these view and altitude. We don't need, this won't really apply for what we're doing, but you might want to look at measurement, which can be interesting because measurement will give you the total amount of miles covered, and you can also change that depending on what you're looking at to different measurements: yards, feet, miles, meters, whatever you want to do. But I think for this case, miles is probably the easiest to do. And then what you do when you're done is you just hit OK, and you can see over here in your places, we have our South American cities path. I had another one called North African Capitals, and I'll just turn that one on as well. And I'll click on it, and that will fly there to me. So these save, and you can go back and forth. So here's one that I had of 3 North American capitals as well. So what I want you to do, since our unit is going to be getting into, we're going to visit Africa now. I thought it would be a good idea if you get familiar with the continent of Africa. And what I want you to do right now is create a path that starts and ends in the same city, but you're going to create a path of 3 African capital cities. So you're going to have to create the place mark, which you know how to do, name it, and then create your path starting and ending at the same city. So good luck with that, and we can discuss this tomorrow.